Alright, welcome back. We're back in the Minecraft, back in the mines, and yeah, I was busy between episodes. Hold on, let me go a little further down. There we go. So it unloads those areas, and yeah, you can see the strip mine, which used to dead end right here. I went on an adventure. So you can see I went all the way up over here, and it looks like it dead ends there, but it really doesn't. Let me head up in elevation so you can see the rest of it. Yeah, once we come up to this elevation, you can see the rest, where it was like a staircase that I built kind of up here, and I was just poking around all these little caves, and I was like, okay, well that looks like it might be dripstone, but no, that turns out to be dirt. Maybe that's dripstone. No. I was just kind of poking around all these caves until I finally came out here and I spotted on the map this little like area where it says dripstone caves. So I finally found some because I needed a bunch for lava, because I did need to get a bunch of lava together. And I did not feel like running back and forth to the nether. Which, I mean, probably would have been way, way, way faster now that I think about it. But I'm a smooth brain, so yeah. And back at base, you can see we've added a ton of storage. I just needed a lot more space. I was, doing a lot of mining, so I had a lot of dripstone, or not dripstone, deep slate and all that. Just kind of, added to the chest, so I need a bit more room. And over here, we'll start here. This is, I remembered watching Exumavoid's video on oxidizing copper. He was showing that, if you add copper above and below, it kind of speeds up copper aging, but I'm not 100% sold on it. It's like, yes, it's faster than if it's just copper, like, next to each other, but I still think spreading it out is, like, much, much faster. But yes, it does save a ton of space. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. I don't know. Maybe. I did have a bunch of copper to age though. I had just a whole bunch. Plus I used a bunch of copper grates on another project I'll show you in a minute. This bell here, I'm also not sold on. So there's debate on if it's just Bedrock or if it's both Bedrock and Java, where putting a bell acts as a spawn point for wandering traders. So far, I mean, I haven't really been hanging out in this area, but I've had it up for maybe, I don't know, 5 Minecraft days, and I have yet to see a wandering trader down here. So I don't know. If it doesn't work, I'll just like, I don't know, work it into something else, and just, AFK up at the top again. I don't know. We'll see. This is for something in the future. Don't worry about it. This is temporary lava farm. It is ugly, so I'm not going to keep it the way it is. I just needed a place to, set up a bunch of cauldrons. Eventually I'll give it its own room, or I'll maybe like work it into a wall or something. I don't know. I'll do something, but for now it's too ugly to keep around, so it'll be removed here soonish. And over here in the industrial area, you can see we did get our hands on some bamboo. That one took a while to AFK up top. And yeah, it just did. Man, sometimes it takes forever. This one, I think it took like maybe 5 or so Minecraft days before a wandering trader finally showed up and had some bamboo. So yeah, it's not something I'm gonna record. I just had to kind of, pop on a movie and just kind of sit here AFK. I did add these wooden pillars. I think what I'm gonna do is for like small pillars, I'll make them out of wood. But for big pillars, I'll kind of make them out of stone, or I'll make like statues. But like for now, it's fine. It's just a little bit of an accent, it's alright. And we also have sugarcane. And the whole reason I make them the size that they are, I do them 15 long, is just so I can put those buttons there. So in case I need like, like, oh, I need like 4 or 5 more, then, can push the button and, get a couple more there. And so that's why I make them all exactly 15 blocks long, so I can just have one button. I could also do 30 and have a button on each side, but nah. And over here at the iron farm, you can see I've reinforced the corners. I've added these corner blocks. I'm not 100% sure, but I was seeing the occasional iron golem just kind of wandering around here at the bottom with like 20, 50, something, just like partially damaged. So I know it wasn't just spawned here. I think what was happening is over here, where the lava's kind of flowing into the corners, I think it was occasionally getting like pushed through the wall, maybe. Like it shouldn't, because like their head should be like in that block. But I don't know, like since I put in these reinforced corners, I haven't seen them anymore, but I don't know, like there shouldn't be anything drawing the iron golems out here, I don't think. Maybe it's like slimes spawning or something, and they're like maybe spawning up top here or something. I don't know. I may have to like drop this all down to like this layer, because this like, I want to say I put it like 3 blocks below spawn. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. And over here at the villager breeder, you can see we've got all the villagers still kind of piled up. I did shut it down because I have so many villagers. I don't think I'll need more, but maybe. So I didn't like kill all of them or whatever. It's just currently shut down. So yeah, it's fine. And over here in the farming area, you can see I've set up and expanded the sugarcane because I needed a ton of paper. I still need like a little bit of paper, but yeah, this was before I set up the automated farm. I just kind of expanded it a bit because I didn't know if I wanted to set up the auto farm like right now or do it later and let me maybe make it a video, but I figured enough people have done like automated farms for like sugarcane and bamboo that it's not new content, so I'm kind of like eh. But yeah, you can see we've got our trading hall set up, and I don't know, I'm like 95% happy with it. It's like I do really like the like kind of from like these blocks up, where it's like, I've got the tough and a little bit of the deep slate kind of go into this copper with the lava on top. I think it looks really nice. The floors I'm just not 100% sold on. So yeah, and for our trading hall, you can see we've got all of our librarians on one side and the other traders on the other side. And yeah, I got basically all of the trades that I want, except for Impaling 5. This was the last villager, and I spent probably an hour to an hour and a half trying to get Impaling 5. And when I got Impaling 4, I was like, I may have a trident, like 1 trident, so I'll pay like the extra like 10 levels or whatever, who cares? Or like combining 2, Impaling 4s into an Impaling 5 and then paying a little bit extra for the enchant. I don't care that much. And over here between episodes, I did finish off the enchanting area. I was debating between like soul campfires and like soul lanterns and whatever, but I also did have a bunch of this like amethyst kind of stocked up. I was like, you know what? I mean, it doesn't look bad. So, I throw in a little bit of crying obsidian, like for a little bit of particle effects, and we got the fire, the candles or whatever. So It's a little particly. I may try to find like firefly bush and put it underneath here. But I don't know, like, I'm kind of at the point now that I have the trading hall set up that I don't really need the enchanting table anymore, so any further is just going to be for, like, decoration. Yeah, I don't see myself going into this room a bunch unless I have to, like, grind stone off or something. And, of course, I did get all of my gear enchanted, so, yeah, we've got basically fully enchanted gear. I do still need Swift Sneak on my pants, but I don't know if I care that much. And we did get, all of these made up, and I always name my pick Soul Glow, and nobody ever gets the reference. So, like, if you get the reference, please let me know. I feel like it's hurting my soul that, like, nobody gets that reference and why a Silk Touch pick is called Soul Glow. And so that brings us to the board. And I was looking over the board and I was like, okay, what do I need? And it's like, okay, Slime Farm, I moved down to the bottom because it's like, it doesn't really have priority right now. Plus I need like mushrooms first. I need a ton of mushrooms. And I'm not going to make you sit through that because I need like 16 stacks of mushrooms, so no. Beacon, maybe, because I do want to set up like some kind of cobblestone generator. And I was like, I need a beacon for that first so I can set up haste. And also that might be helpful for setting up like having the supplies for a super smelter and, a lava farm, so maybe a beacon. So kind of what I did in between episodes was I went to the Nether and I got myself some wither skeleton skulls, and I also happened to get some blaze rods, so I'm not super worried about the blaze farm right now. Otherwise, I think that might take priority because in the coming episodes, I do want to get to a stronghold. I do want to get to the end so I can get, my elytra, so I can get shulkers and all that. Although I don't really need an elytra in here, so I don't plan on using it a lot. So yeah. But once I get to the end, I'll want one for hunting down shulkers and doing some end busting. I can do an end bust episode where it's just clips of me going around the end for like 4 hours or something and farming stuff up. So I think I will go ahead and do a wither. And I think the best place to do the wither is probably down here in the mines. I don't think... Yeah, I'll probably do it like there-ish. An area I've already partially carved out. So I think we'll run down to the second to last one where I kind of just stopped. I think I ran out of torches or something while I was doing this one. But I think I'll put down, like another 20 blocks or so. Okay. There we go. Come on. Heal up a little bit. And that's, of course, the benefit of doing the wither down here at like bedrock level. So it makes it really hard for him to come get you. And he can, mine out some diamonds for you sometimes. Okay, let's get back in there. There we go. Easy with her. Okay, and I was about to set up the beacon, or I was about to mine out all this obsidian and then set up the beacon. I was like, wait, why don't I just set up the beacon first? Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go do. Again, me, I'm smooth brain, so me think I'm good. Okay, so I had to AFK a bit just to get the last of the iron, and yeah, we've got our like little beacon base made. So let's start heading up. And boom. Okay, now that the hole is dug, I can come over here and pay for haste. Alright. And now I can kind of come down here and just start mining a little bit faster. Yeah. I don't know what I'll use all this obsidian for, but I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll probably need it for like a bunch of ender chests, because I'm probably going to want to put ender chests all around my base and at like various farms in different dimensions, so I don't know. I'll find a use for it. Ooh, just spotted a diamond. Okay, so I've got this area kind of carved out, and you can see we kind of have a matching shape up top. And yeah, there is a reason for this. We are going to do something I've been wanting to do since like before episode 1. When I was originally coming up with the concept of this, I was like, oh, let me kind of come up with a few ideas of what I'd want to build, and yeah, I decided I wanted to build a lava fall. We're not going to fill it all the way in, just around the edges. And that should give us like a kind of 2-3 block thick curtain of lava. Okay, so I'm not super happy with this. It's a bit too big, and I also found that the lava was able to destroy the like braces I was putting up to test. Because I want to, for these pillars, wherever it's too thin, what I want to do is kind of brace it and make it look like I'm like kind of trying to hold it up. And yeah, I figured around like where this gravel was, I could throw some like wooden fence posts to make it look like you know, trying to brace up the pillar, but it looks like most of it got destroyed, so I think I'm gonna have to redesign this. I mean, it was a bit of work to get it all done and carved out and up there, but I think I'm gonna have to, because it's just too big. Like I might have to cut it down to maybe like maybe 3 or 4 wide. Because right now it's just way too big. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change that up. I hate it when it doesn't it doesn't work out to my sort of vision. Oh well. Alright, so I think I like that a little bit better. So I just kind of like made it a little wonky. Like, no, I didn't go up there with like a planned shape. Just a little bit thinner and a little bit longer on one side, and that's about it. And I don't know, I think it's all right. I'll have to look at it, you know, over time, maybe see how it progresses. I might change it up later. And I did add the bracing. It's not the greatest, but I kind of made it look a little bit haphazard, like it's just, you know, temporary. I think that's fine. It's just this brace right here I'm not 100% keen on. I might take out this particular one right here I'll think it over for a while, and I may just leave like the bracing on, like this side, and over here on this side as well. Yeah. May also, like, I may move that over to here. Yeah. But nah, I think that'll about do it for right now. I'll have to think it over. Once I get a little bit more into decoration, I'll reconsider like everything as far as decoration goes. And I think up next, Lava Farm, I might do that between episodes, but I think I'll do a cobblestone generator. Yeah, I think we'll build the cobblestone generator, and that'll probably be about it for this episode. I don't know. I'll check recording time, but yeah. Alright, let me go gather materials, and then we'll get on that. Okay, so we got all our resources together for this cobblestone farm, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it right down here. It's right on the edge of Beacon Range, and there was one slime chunk that was reasonably nearby. I slabbed it up, so yeah, I shouldn't have any problems with slimes wandering over. There's another one that's like kind of down there a little ways, but I figure they'll probably despawn. Like even if they like randomly come this way, they'll probably despawn by then. So anyway, let's get this rolling. Let me try and remember how this thing goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let me put that here so I can walk around back. And okay, this is not my Silk Touch pick. Just so if I have to fill in with deep slate. Ooh. Yeah, let me do it like that. And then we'll do that. And that. So I want a little bit more room than just a single double chest. There we go. And temp blocks all around. And I think no, the blocks up top are permanent. That's right. Derp. Let me let me get all this going. These can be solid blocks, but if you want to be able to get around them in tight quarters, you can use trapdoors. That's that. Okay. And then knock out all of these. You know what? Let me. No, bricks. There we go. Get. Go. Then I can knock those out. Then. These. And. Water bucket. Okay. So that, and then I think these ones have to be solid blocks as well. Or, no, it's on top of here. It's solid blocks, that's right. And then over here, we can just do that. There we go. And then give me my lava buckets. You can just use one lava bucket, but I don't know. I prefer if they're all lava. Like, it looks nicer. There we go. Okay, and then you can see like that. But let's automate the movement there. We need a piston there, and then, ooh, let me knock these out. Because I think I need, ooh. That. Now this is all going to get covered up, but, oh. Again, that tough. And you get knocked out, and you get knocked out. And your torches, the torches have to power that block and that block, so they go on like that. Like that. There we go. And then we run a signal into these. Did I make this the wrong... Did I make this the wrong size? Hold on. I think this one may need to come back one more. No, that doesn't power it right. No. Was it? Hold on. Was that right? No, there's 3 repeaters in between. There's 3 repeaters going each way, so... Or does it... Just go back one again? It's been a while since I've built one of these. I think it's been like a couple of years since I last built one of these. Yeah, it's like that, and then like that. Yeah, that's it. And then that, and then like that. There we go, that was it. Then you put a button there to start it. And I think this is like 4 ticks, 4 tick, 2 tick. But we'll have to... There we go. That's it. That is it. That's the one. Okay. And then deep slate all this up. Okay. And then the last thing we need is we need switches. Can it work right there? Yeah. And that you can use to disable them, so when you switch these off. Yeah. Just so you don't have to hear the pistons. And there, that is the cobblestone generator, or stone generator. Yeah, you could just kind of like AFK here for a while. I wouldn't AFK like too long because your pick will break. Give it enough time, so... You also kind of gotta be wary of where you're facing so you don't break one of the hoppers. It is a bit lossy, so you can see some of those are going up top and like kind of going up into the lava. But, yeah, it's okay. It's one of those ones, like, I don't need a ton of, like, stone or cobblestone, so I don't think building, like, an automatic cobblestone generator is really going to be worth. And so that leaves us at the board, and this is where we're going to end the episode. I did rearrange a few things. I moved, like, blaze farms down in priority. That I think my highest priority stuff is going to be auto food farms and getting a brewing room set up. Because the auto food farms, so I can have a lot of stuff to trade, you know, just so I can have an extra, you know, box of gear, you know, just in case I lose it. Because the brewing room, we're going to set up potion brewing so I can have, like, my ender chest have a few potions for the ender dragon fight, which I probably want to do in probably about like maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes. The minecart rails, don't worry about it. It's coming. I have an idea for that I think is kind of neat. So like, I just have to work out like how I want to implement it. It's like a rail system, but I don't want to spoil it, so don't worry about it. It's coming. Of course, the ender chests, eventually I'll want a bunch of them, like, scattered around, like, at farms everywhere or whatnot. The ender, of course, I'm going to wait until I have, like, at least, like, a shulker box or 2 and an elytra, just so, you know, in case I fall off while I'm building it, I can, you know, not die. Yeah, and the storage system, I'm not 100% sold on this storage system either, like... I don't know if I want to do the paired shulker system where it's like you have 27 shulker boxes in your ender chest and then you have a paired shulker box back in your storage system so you can just kind of swap back and forth between them. Yeah, like the kind of like the Ethos lab, you know, Ethos storage system where he has like, you know, the paired shulker boxes. I kind of want something that's like really conducive to bulk storage. So I may look up one of the more advanced, like shulker search systems, where like you toss an like a couple of items in, and it brings you all of the shulkers, or it unloads all of the shulkers that have that item. And yeah, I might do something like that. That way I can just kind of have something that I can dump, you know, just dump whatever I have into, say, like a box or whatever, and it just packs it away into shulkers in the system. Something that's like real lazy, but also really efficient. That's like my ideal storage system. Something I can be super lazy, not worry about having to sort stuff, and I can fetch it back pretty quick. So I'm still looking. Yeah. This one I think requires a little bit too much organization. And yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, I am going to end this episode by going up to the top. And I'm going up to the top of the base, and I'm going to sit by the entrance and AFK there for a while. Hopefully a wandering trader comes by. And yeah, I can do some trades. So that'll about do it for this episode, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.